Today is Wednesday, June 8th. I'm going to do a follow-up video to yesterday's on commodities. Here's some more on commodities. So start with a dollar. That's where it usually starts. You can see that the bounce is pretty much over, with prices now coming back down to the support line that I originally had. I know I might have revised this line a little lower at one point, but the original support line I had here with the reversal, the fake out, looks like the dollar is coming back down again. It's a bad thing. The trend is still down below its averages, so this is going to boost commodities, help them out a bit. It's also going to help commodities related stocks. Here's the XLB ETF, Basic Materials ETF. It has stocks in it that work with the natural resources, things that come from the ground, that grow on the ground, bottom of the economy type of stuff. Anyway, you can see it has a breakout of this double bottom type of pattern with a sideways move that tested the breakout and then looks like a new high here for another breakout. If you want to draw a horizontal line here or rising line, it doesn't really matter. It broke out, it paused, and looks like it's breaking out again. So that's a positive. Now, XLB is pretty heavily weighted into chemicals. Let's take a look at the chemicals index. It's now coming up to support. So chemicals not leading. Let me put up my regular chart type here with unbalanced volume, which doesn't work on an index, and price relative, which should be coming up any second. There it is. Just shows that it's slightly outperforming the market, but not going great guns. And if we go back to the XLB, you see unbalanced volume looks pretty good here, and it is outperforming the market with a rising trend. So what else is in the XLB? We got gold stocks. Of course, we know they're doing well. Forget this stuff back here. That's for an old video. Newmont Mining at a new high. We looked at a stock yesterday. This breaking out. Nice, beautiful flag pattern. So gold's looking pretty good. Even copper stocks. This is Freeport-McMoRan. Copper has been pretty weak, and really, fundamentally, they say it's also has no reason to rally. Good thing I don't look at fundamentals. This thing looks like it might be starting to perk up a little bit. Obviously, price relative is not going to be showing much. Unbalanced volume, not too bad, considering that it hasn't really moved in almost a month. So it's not a breakout yet, but it's certainly a lot firmer than it was. Let's look at some steel stocks. Here's Allegheny Technologies. Had a breakdown, looks like it's testing the breakdown. So you can't say this is back in gear, but it has had a pretty strong, say, 2 weeks. But let's look at some others. U.S. Steel, not terrible. Bounced off the 200-day average. This ArcelorMittal, same story. It's above its averages, possible golden cross here. How about Steel Dynamics? I'm just pulling names out of a hat here. Look at that, looks pretty strong. So steel as a whole, some good, some getting better. International Papers next. Paper stocks, possibly joining everyone in a breakout with a test of the 200-day. And check out this. This is the DVA ETF. It's an agricultural ETF. Look at the change here. Quite a breakout, quite a strong move. Indicators also agree. And finally, the MU, or the agribusiness ETF, also quite strong with a breakout. So the bottom line is, commodities were thought to be dead, and they're really not. And now that the dollar is cooperating by falling, there's a good reason for agricultural and metals and industrial type commodity stocks to do better. Same with their related commodities. So commodities aren't dead, and this is probably going to be a little opportunity.